Hello everyone! Welcome to another tutorial on how to work on a Rillakuma hat. So for this hat, you need to work on the base part first, and I have a separate tutorial for that I will link on the description box below. So for this project, you're gonna work on the base up until the 23rd round. And the materials that we're gonna need are as follows. We're gonna need some milk cotton yarns, 5 ply in the colors of brown, yellow, black, and white. We're also gonna need a hook that is about 3.25 millimeter, but you can use a 4 millimeter hook. And then some felt cloth of any color, some small amounts of fiber fill. You need a scissors to cut the string, and also some buttons for the eyes. So the first thing we need to do is to take our yellow yarn, and we're going to wrap around the hook like so, and then we're going to chain 2, and then we're gonna have double crochet 10 times from that second chain from the right. So insert your hook there and work on 10 half double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You tighten the mid part, and then slip stitch on the first half double crochet, chain 1, and on the second round we're gonna make an increase. So we're gonna put 2 half double crochet on each of those 10 stitches. So for the first one, we're gonna put 2 half double crochets. On the second, 2 half double crochets all around until you reach the other end. So open it like this. Up until you reach the first half double crochet. So 2 for each of those 10 half double crochets from the first round. And then 2 more, 2 on that spot, and 2 on that last spot. And then slip stitch on the first half double crochet, chain 1, and here's where we're gonna make another increase for the third round. So put 1 half double crochet on the first, on the second one put 2 half double crochets, and we're just gonna alternate between 1 on the first and then 2 on the second space all around, so that it will look like this. So after working on the third round, leave a long end for sewing, and you're gonna make 2 of this. So go ahead and do it, and I will catch up with you after. Next part, we're going to take our white yarn, and just like the yellow one, we're going to make 3 rounds. So wrap your hook around the yarn like so, and then chain 2, and then we're going to have double crochet 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slip stitch on the first half double crochet, chain 1, and put 2 half double crochets on each of those 10 stitches. So there's gonna be 2 on the first one, and 2 for the next stitches. 1 and 2 all around until they reach the other end. So for the white one, we're just gonna need one of it for the nozzle of Rillakuma. So that's what we're gonna do. Put 2 half double crochets on each of those 10 stitches. Now in the last bit, put 2 half double crochets and then slip stitch on the first one and then chain 1. For the third round, put 1 on the first and then 2 on the second space, alternating between 1 on the first and then 2 on the second, and then work on it around, and afterwards slip stitch on the first half double crochet so that it will look like this, and leave a long end for sewing. And just as I have said, we're just gonna need one of this. Okay, so the next one that we're gonna make is gonna be the ears. So this is how it looks like. So we're gonna put here this yellow bit, and just like the yellow and the white, we're going to work on the 3 rounds with the increase. But the difference is, for the 4th round, we're not gonna make any increase. So get your brown yarn and then wrap around the hook like so, chain 2. What you're gonna do is we're gonna half double crochet 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slip stitch on the first one. So I'm going to just let you make that up until the 3rd round, and then I'm gonna be catching up with you before we finish this ear part. Okay, so by now you may be finished with all of the 3 rounds. So what you're gonna do for the 4th one is to chain 1, and we're gonna put 1 half double crochet on each of the following stitches without any increase. So just do this all around so that it will curve, it will fold in a way. So just put 1 half double crochet all around and leave a long tail for sewing. And just like the yellow one, we're just gonna make 2 of this for the ear bits of Rillakuma. So just do this, guys, and then I'm gonna catch up with you after. The last piece that we're gonna make is the nose bit of Rillakuma. So take your black yarn and then wrap around the hook like so, and then chain 2, and we're just going to half double crochet 10 and leave a long end for sewing. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slip stitch on the first half double crochet, leave a long end for sewing, and cut your string and set it aside for now. So the next parts that I'm gonna show you is how to assemble all of the pieces. Okay, so by now you may have made all of the pieces. So we need 2 of the yellow, 2 of the brown, 1 white, a black, some buttons. I forgot to mention that we need some yarn needle to sew the pieces together, and a felt cloth. So what we're going to do with the felt cloth is we're just going to measure it on the yellow piece. So we need 2 of this because we're going to insert it inside the in between of the yellow and the brown one. And then what we're going to do is just cut it a little bit under the lines so that it will fit inside. So just do this. Also for the other one, it will make the ears stiffer and sturdier. What we're aiming to do is to have it inside so that it will stick out. So now we can take our yarn needle and insert the yellow end on it. So the felt cloth is gonna be in between those 2 pieces. Then we're going to start sewing it to the ear bits, just like this, catching the strand from the yellow. Just working it around and just leave a hole so that you can insert some bits of fiber fill inside. Crochet it or sew it one by one. And then I'm gonna catch up with you. So by now we may have sewn some bits of the yellow. We're just gonna take some fiber fill and put it inside. And then just continue on sewing the 2 parts together. This is also what you're gonna do with the other one. And afterwards, you can just hide the ends inside of the piece. And I'm gonna catch up with you after. Okay, so just decided now. So before closing it, maybe leave about 2, 4, 6, 7 stitches. And I'm gonna try to sew it directly to the hat. So just do this first, put it together and leaving a hole in it, and I'm going to show you how we will sew it to the base part. Okay guys, so now I have sewn most of the second ear. What I'm gonna do is to put some fiber fill inside, and I'm gonna show you first how I sew it to the base part. So this is the base part of the hat. We're going to pinpoint where we're gonna sew it. So I usually count from the tip part. It's gonna be 2, 4, 6. On that line right there, we're going to align our ears just like so. And then we're going to start sewing it on the base. So I hope you can see clearly, catching some parts of the base and of the yellow bits. You can pull your string as you go. This is what we're gonna do with it. this is not the usual thing. So up until there's that yellow there, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the string. We're gonna take the brown one and put it on our needle, and then start sewing it. Turn it around. We can stretch this part here so that after sewing it, it will stick out. That is our aim, for it to stick out. So just pull it like this and sew it as you go. And we're also gonna do this on the other ears. Sew it like so. And then afterwards, once you're done, we can just hide our ends inside of the piece. Just like this. But if you're not sure, you can just leave the ends so that you can take it off. So now we're going to sew the second ear. Just take the yellow end and insert it on your needle. And then we're gonna pinpoint where we're gonna put it. So from the tip, count 2, 4, 6. On that 6th line, we're going to align this part here. And then we're just going to start sewing it. Pull it as you go. So just sew it like this, just like the first one. And once you got to the tip of the yellow, change your yarn into the brown one so you can sew the back part. So just do that, and I'm gonna catch up with you after. So now we're gonna work on the nose part of Rillakuma. So take your white and your black tees, insert the black one on your yarn needle, and we're going to see where we're gonna point and where we're going to put it. Right here. Start sewing it to the white bits, catching the back. Just continue sewing it to the white piece all around. Make sure that it is as neat as you can. And don't cut the string yet because we're going to use it for the bottom part. So now that you reach this, put it on the middle part. And we're going to make two lines going here. Also the other side. So just knot it on the inside and then cut your string. So now we have this for the nose bit of Rillakuma. So take your white end and then put it on your yarn needle like so. And then we're going to pinpoint where we're going to put it, fold it just like this. Usually put a pin so that I will know where to sew the nose bits. Just like this. And then begin sewing it, catching some parts of the base. Just sew it around one by one. All around. What you can also do so that it wouldn't budge is to put a needle on it or a pin. So just working it around and we'll catch up with you later. Okay guys, so by now you may have sewn the nose bit of Rillakuma. We're just going to knot it inside, just like so. And then the next thing that we're gonna put is the eyes. So I don't have some sewing thread, so I'm using this black mercerized cotton thread right here. So just put it on your needle like so, and then we're gonna pinpoint where we're going to put the eyes. So just knot your ends. And pinpoint where you're gonna put the first thread, the first button. So you can just put it here. Insert my needle there. Sew it just like this. Maybe 2 times so that it will be sturdy. And then just knot your string inside, and just do that on the other one. So just make sure that it is aligned on the first one, just like so. I'm gonna leave you to it. So now our Rillakuma hat is done. So just one more thing, if you don't have any buttons, you can just work on 2 more of the nose bit to replace the button parts of the Rillakuma, and just sew it where we're gonna place the buttons. Just where you would usually place the buttons. So that is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed working on them as much as I enjoy teaching them to you, and God bless everyone.